I worked with them as well.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah,
How did you find that?
22.
Morning, all.
Morning.
Morning.
I found it a bit annoying because you do a deal and it'd be credit cleared, and then it'd go through Elevon, and Elevon would bounce it. So all of a sudden you haven't done your target.
Oh yeah. Elevon. I don't miss them. Not at all.
No.
We've got two of you mounted on the screen right now.
Joining was I just tipped coffee on my laptop. Great start to the day.
Have you got one of those business laptops that has those little like ports where you can kind of pour stuff through, or is it just a straight up?
No, but yeah, still not the best way to start.
Not ideal.
No, bear with me. I'm just still letting people in and share that. Admit all. Do that. Start show.
If you see me twice, it's because I'm on my laptop and my mobile because I can't get audio on the laptop for some reason.
No worries. At least you're here.
Yeah.
Julio. I'll drink whatever coffee I've got left in this cup. Morning, everyone. I'm Andy. It says Andrew on there. Yeah, I have to put my actual formal name. I haven't changed the screen name, but if you can remember, it's Andy. I will respond to Andrew, obviously. I am the sales trainer for, or the systems trainer for SumUp. I'm contracted, so you won't see my name anywhere else other than in this. So I don't replace Dan or a guy called Peter. I'll take you through this week. So I'll start going through the slides. I am going to make the assumption everyone's here. I won't check. It looks like there's quite a number, and if any stragglers come in, then we'll get them. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10. Not bad. Right, cool. So first of all, I want to introduce you to the management team from SumUp. Some you'll have probably seen already, others maybe not. I heard you guys talking about the companies you worked through before, which is great, really good to know. It's nice to have some experience in the room. What you'll find when you're looking at our SumUp's management team is they are rich with ex-Dojo employees. So if anyone knows Dojo, a lot of them came from that, or payment sensors, I should say. You've got Ian Kennedy, who's your head of sales. You've got the regional manager, which is John Atkins. Your PM or territory manager will be one of the ones you see on the screen. So you've got 2 lots of Michael Garvin, which isn't correct. You've got Nazim Hayat, Gordon, John, Hemant, Hassan, Charlie, and David. And funny enough, I worked with David, Charlie, Nazim, Michael, all at Dojo. You have a European training manager, which is Peter Crowder in the top right-hand corner. He is my friend. He was also my commercial manager at Dojo. Underneath that, you'll have already met Dan. Dan is the field sales trainer. Also, he was at Dojo. But as a starting point, let's all introduce ourselves. So there's quite a lot of you, so I don't want war and peace. But if you could say your name, the area you're going to work, a little bit about your background and why you chose SumUp. I'll go from the list as I see it on my screen. So I'll start with Alex.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, hi guys, name's Alex. I'm in the Leytonstone area, kind of East London. Background is I was in inbound sales at SumUp actually for about 6 months. That I left for a bit and come back as a field sales agent. SumUp, why SumUp? Because I did really enjoy my time working at SumUp. Products are good and the people are really nice. So yeah.
Amazing. So I don't really need to teach you the products.
I'd like to go back through them. It's been a bit of time. And I know there's been some new things, I think.
You've probably not seen that one then, if you were 6 months ago.
No, I just saw the kind of the video where it was announced, but apart from that, I haven't seen it.
Sound. All right, cool. Nice to meet you, Alex. Awat? If you're talking now, you're on mute.
Yeah, I unmute now. Hi there. Good afternoon to everyone.
Hi, Aaron.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, how are you doing? All good?
All good, thank you. Where are you based?
I'm based from Hounslow.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little bit about your background and why you chose SumUp.
Well, I was working with other acquire like Wallpay, Taya, Evo, Jojo. So for the few years I sold Wallpay, but in the Wallpay I found that customer was not happy at all. The way they were charging to the customer unnecessarily, minimum monthly charges, DC charges, PCI, and then if somebody want to get out, they were penalty £400. So all my customers were frustrated. Then I moved to Evo Global Payment. In the Evo, the customer service in terms of network issues are there. Then I moved to Taya. Still, I'm selling Taya and DNA. Then I found out about the SumUp. In the SumUp, there is no extra charges, no PCI, no authorization, no minimum monthly. Just one buy a machine and use for the rest of your life. So I found the SumUp is the fantastic product.
Sounds like you researched it well. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, thank you.
Good. Yeah. Callum.
Yeah, my name's Callum. I'm from South Wales. I've actually been a barber for 8 years. The reason I've actually tried to go on to SumUp is as a barber, you're kind of capped on how much you can earn. I'm looking for an uncapped way to challenge myself and just progress myself as a human, just in life, just trying to move on.
Are you aware of some of the money that can be made in this industry?
Pardon?
Are you aware of some of the money that can be made in this industry?
Not entirely.
Okay, well, look forward to the commissions then when we talk about that. I will tell you.
Okay, forward to it.
Nice one, Callum. Flynn, if I've said it, Fionn, sorry.
Yeah, you got that right. Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Finn. I'm based in Manchester. I previously was running a skincare brand, which I sold to so many retail stores across the Northwest, starting from Manchester. So I'm kind of familiar with, having to go door to door to different retail stores, and which sometimes I had to do. I had to learn to do, a lot of cold calls. So I kind of developed that muscle over time. So when I heard about SumUp, I felt like it was a good fit for me because it also gave me the chance to earn and get like a reward for whatever I put into it. And so I'm just hoping to learn more during the training program.
Brilliant. I love the fact you're all coming with your own networks as well. I mean, you can create your own network, but to have a ready-made one is a good starting point. So sounds like you've got a good starting point there, Fionn. Nice to meet you. Martin.
Hi.
Sorry. Oh, Martin.
So, Martin, did you say?
Martin.
Yeah. I had about 20 plus years selling photocopiers for Xerox and a Dutch company you've probably never heard of that are out now owned by Canon. My best year was Xerox. I did 1.2 million sales, earned about 60K. That was 98, so I won Honours Club with them. But the internet's ruined that industry. People are giving away the hardware just for the service revenue, so there's no money to be made in it anymore. So I've been doing construction sales for the last 7 or 8 years. Worked for Howden, did very well with them. Been running my own consultancy for the last 2 years. I did sell merchant services for retail merchant services about 15 years ago, but I was talking to somebody earlier on, and they used the Lions and Leicester's license, but you do what you thought was your target, and then because they were owned by Elevon, following month Elevon had credit checked the deal, bounced it, and all of a sudden you haven't done your target. But I was approached by SumUp, and it looks like a very good offering.
It is a very good offering. Funny enough, my friend has a photocopying business, and and he's branched out to do, of all things, alarms for schools to cover Martin's Law. Bit of a strange crossover, but it is really good. And I think it's probably for the reasons that you just said.
You've got to pay the bills, haven't you?
Got to pay the bills. Brilliant. Nice to meet you, Martin. Mufti?
Hi, Mufti from East London, and I'm in the basically insurance industry, providing SME public liability business insurances from last 15 years. So I come across many customers. Sometimes they complain from their machines when they're using. So then I come to know there are different companies, TIA, a few others, and SumUp. SumUp is like looks like well the best prices. People are saying okay with the SumUp because I'm new. I have not that much knowledge about these products, but people were appreciating SumUp, so that's why I joined SumUp then.
Good choice. Good choice. Nice to meet you, Mufti. Amari?
Morning all, name's Amari. I cover Northwest London, so close to Wembley and surrounding areas. But I do get around pretty much all of London. Background, worked in merchant services for 3 years from RMS, TEA, Dojo, UTP. The reason why SumUp is I've seen it on the market over the years, and I like how the product has progressed and developed in terms of its tech and its hardware. So now I think it's a good product to add to my portfolio for my merchants.
And I will lean on you for some examples as we go through this. And I say that to everybody that's worked in merchant services, because when we start going through pricing and things like that, and I give my experience, it's really great to have that backed up by the people in the room. If you don't mind, Amari.
Yeah, sure, that would be good.
Brilliant, thank you. Prashi?
Hey guys, this is Presh. I'm based in South Wales. I have been working as assistant manager at fast food industries for a year. Before that, I was working for IBS Group as a sales executive, and my experience as a sales executive brought me a wide range of experience in sales, which helped me to understand that sales is a work which helps you to get recognized in the company. So it's my passion. Sales is my passion. So I went to SumUp because of the opportunities they have.
Yeah.
Their product very good, no doubt on that. Because I have been using it for a year, so that's why.
Well, that helps. That really does help because when you talk about it, you've got your own experiences using it. Brilliant. Thanks, Prashi. Ronnie? If I've said that right, is it Ronnie? Yes, is it Ronnie?
Yeah.
Ronnie, sorry.
Hi everyone. Good morning. Yeah, it's still good morning in here. I'm from Bristol. Basically, last 6-7 years I've been working completely different. It's civil service, tax, HM revenue and tax. Before that, I used to work for sales in Sky. 10 years in Sky, which I've enjoyed a lot. And then I don't know why I've joined civil service, but I cannot see myself again to 9 to 5 Monday to Friday jobs. I am one of like Percy, I enjoy sales, meeting different people, different locations. So recently joined my boss. It's another card payment system, but according from my research and a survey, I found SumUp is one of them are very popular. So while on my interview, I told them that I want to keep both, and yeah, my manager Debbie said, yeah, it's no problem, man. You join first, and I hope you like the SumUp more. So he said SumUp more. So yeah, I am.
Brilliant. I think it's somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's only Dojo Stroke Payment Center that insist that you only work for them. Hence, I don't work for them anymore. So, welcome. Right, I have no idea who this is. So, who is the Dean Squad football?
Sorry, that's my academy's things. That's what comes up with that. My name's Mo. I'm based in Essex, sort of Romford, Southend, Chelmsford. That's sort of the areas I'm predominantly working. I've been in business development now for almost 17 years in different sales roles, both in the UK and the Middle East. But I worked in merchant services. I've always had it sort of in the background, supplementing sort of other income for the last 7 or 8 years. Started off at HandyPay, did work for about 2 or 3 years. Had stints at Dojo, Take Payments, TEA, etc. So, pretty much sold all the other suppliers out there for a long, long time. Why SumUp? Just because obviously SumUp's such a big brand. I've always known about it for many, many years. But obviously back in the day, you guys never used to have field guys selling it. It was just sort of also done for the website. Now you are doing that. It's obviously an interesting concept, and yeah, the name speaks for itself, really. So if you can't beat them, join them.
Well, yeah, exactly. Nice one. Thanks, Mo. Mo, is your surname Ahmed? Ahmed.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. Look, I have to cross-reference. I have to do a what's it called? A register, which always makes it difficult because screen names are different. It just happens to be yours this time, but yeah. Thanks, Mo.
I know Football Academy. I've got a Football Academy profile for my Google.
No worries at all.
I've got an agreement with my POS, if that's of interest to anybody.
Yeah. As far as SumUp's concerned, they're perfectly happy with that. It's fine. And there'll be the right deals going in the right place. And look, my own personal experience, and I'll say in this now, is you do what's best for you. And we hope that SumUp is the offering that you want to put everywhere based on the tech that it's got.
I was just offering up any information about my POS if it's of any interest.
Well, as we go through this, you're more than I will call on you all for anyone that has information. I know a fair amount, obviously, but your own experiences can only add to this training session, definitely, and your own knowledge. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, thank you. And Yusuf.
Hi, my name's Yusuf. I'm based in Scotland, in Edinburgh. My background, I've been in sales for a couple of years now. I used to do door-to-door sales for roof coatings, and that used to be quite difficult, but it was quite rewarding once I got a sale through. And just before SumUp, I was doing property sales at an auction house, which was okay. And I saw SumUp, and I seen they were looking for field sales agents. And me and my family's background, we've got a lot of people in like the small to medium business industries with takeaways, restaurants, barber shops. So I just thought, it's something I could do on the side, be really good.
Definitely. And the thing is, we'll get to the commissions, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that let me phrase this differently. When I joined the industry, one of the tactics to get you on board is to tell you, if you do all, you're going to be a millionaire. And what they don't ever do is tell you how difficult it is to start doing this. So always my line is that if you have resilience, commitment, discipline, and some skill for sales, you will make a considerable amount of money. And I will go through the money in the later of the week. But it's a precursor is all the things that I've just said, which is why so many people join and then leave, because it's hard. It is hard, but the money is astronomical. Right, cool. So as for me, first thing to say is I'm from Wolverhampton, so I'm very pleased. If you recognise the dulcet tones of the Midlands, that's mine, and I'm very pleased none of you are my competition, which is great to know. So I can tell you as much information as I have in my head without all worry that you're going to steal customers from by me. I spent 23 years working for a company called Gallagher, which became JTI, it's a cigarette company, it's B&H. And in that time, I was a salesman. I did insights, I did forecasting, I did CRM training, I did sales training. I was made redundant, and in the midst of having 6 months off after being made redundant, looking after the kids, I discovered by chance a role at Dojo doing exactly what you're doing now. And 2 years down the line, I'd realized Dojo wasn't the company for me. Well, last October, worked out this wasn't the company for me. And I became a broker, and in which time SumUp became part of that. And Peter was my, I'm sorry, Dan just messaged me, sorry. SumUp needed a trainer, and I didn't want to go full time again. So Peter offered me the job as the contractor, and that was a year ago. Actually, next month will be my last month because I've hired somebody. My job over this next 3 or 4 days is to give you as much information as in my head for you to sell SumUp and how to sell SumUp. Please ask as many questions as you deem necessary. That's what this is for. You have at the bottom, because there's so many of us, I don't want us talking over each other. So at your taskbar at the bottom, or your toolbar at the bottom of the Google Meet session, there is a hand. Tap that. It will put an order on who has put the hand up first, and I'll come to you to answer the questions. If you do press it, remember to unpress it when the question's been answered. Ideally, you need to be on a laptop to do this. It is very difficult to do it on, or a laptop or a tablet. It's very difficult to do this on the phone. And as much as you can, please have your cameras on, because this job is almost impossible if I can't see you. And I have had occasions where I talk to myself, which doesn't do you any good, and it doesn't do me any good. So they're kind of the ground rules as we go through. So if you just don't mind, give me 1 second, because we have quite a number that haven't turned up. So we don't have Zach. We don't have Deal. And we don't have Mike. Right, I'll let Dan go do some chasing and we can get going. Right, so what are we going to cover today? So this is the longest session of the week. It's stated that we will finish at 5. Cards on the table when I never finish at 5. Maybe it's because I talk so quickly, but it doesn't tend to finish at 5. It does tend to finish a little bit earlier. So I will cover welcome to SumUp. And then into the history, visions, and values associated to the product. Then we're going to go through a product demonstration, which I kind of already showed you, which is this product that we've got here. Some of you may already have had this delivered through the post. Some won't. If you have, we'll go through it together. If not, I've got plenty of slides and little videos to help you understand what it is you're going to be selling. Once we're finished with Terminal and the other associated products that we have, we're going to have a session on sales conversations. And sales conversations is how you sell. I know some of you have sold before, as I've heard. Some even sold in this industry. But my experience of going through that session is it's a really, really good refresher to those that have done card sales before. And for those that don't, it's a great starting point. And I tell you what, my selling always gets better after I've done this sales conversations, because I always fall back into bad old habits. So that's the session today. So first of all, the vision of SumUp is a world where everyone can build a thriving business with a mission or a purpose to empower small businesses all over the world. To give you a flavor of what that means, they give a lot of products free as part of their app. So obviously we know we're going to pay for this. I mean, they're not going to pay for the card term. The rates, but there are plenty of other products that we provide as part of the package. As part of the package, sorry, Dan's still texting me. Right. For example, booking systems for hairdressers and barbers. We've got a service for them, and it's free. So that comes as part of it. So we give you all of these additional products, which will enable you to sell SumUp. Okie dokie. So In 2012, so this is the background associated to SumUp. So in 2012, bear with me a second. Danny's is Dan on the call? No, I'm being distracted by Dan. Right, so SumUp was founded in 2012. Straight away, they went into a European expansion and became a payment institution. By 2016, we'd done a merger with a company called Payliving. We had 15 new markets and launched a product called SumUp Air. You may well know SumUp Air. We still sell it. It is a small device which attaches to the phone. It was sold predominantly and still is by people go and buy it on the internet, or they will go and buy from the likes of Screwfix or Argos or etc. It's not something where, as a field sales force, we go out and sell air. It's not. It's designed for very small turnover, but it gives you an idea of where SumUp were at this point. They were just dipping their water into the payment industry. By 2019, they'd got an EMI license. They'd acquired a company called Debitor, and by in the same year, they launched what was the 3G card reader. So it's a card reader with a SIM card. By 2020, we acquired a company called GoodTill. Now, this is our EPOS solution. It's POS Pro is what we call it now. And with that, in the same year, we launched the debit card, and we launched invoices, payment links, gift cards, and an online store. So the ability to sell online. Skip forward to 2021, we launched the Solo Reader, which you will be using, which is the 4G card terminal. And by 2022, we'd got POS Plus, which is a smaller version or a more basic version of the EPOS system. They launched this product, which is the terminal. And in the middle of all of that, they had a launch for SumUp Field, and essentially that's you guys. Somebody, as I was doing this, they were doing the introduction, mentioned about SumUp not having a field sales force, and they didn't have one because they didn't need it, because the products weren't in the right place to require a sales force. Now that's different. Now we have a whole set of products which are perfect to give the incentive to you guys to go out and sell it. And in 2012, we had our 10th birthday. Let me just skip forward. So these are the products that SumUp have. I'll go round. It's a Swiss Army knife because we believe that we can cover everything. You've got the SumUp card reader starting from the top here. We've got tap to pay, QR payments, online payments, order and pay through the POS. We can do meal vouchers, POS register, a kiosk. We can do invoicing. We can do the online store, like I mentioned. We do cash advances. Now, I know some of you work for other acquirers. The cash advances are handled by SumUp. We don't get involved in that. They have to be with SumUp for a certain period of time, and then they offer them the cash advance. You can talk about it as though they can have it, but you're not going to be selling it. As I've already mentioned, we have a debit card they can use. They can do bank transfers, and then a whole suite of products from here. I won't go through all of them, but we can do bookings, as I mentioned. You can have multiple users. You can have a handheld POS, etc., offline payments. My job this afternoon is to go mainly through the terminal and the app that they've got on the phone. Any questions so far?
Will there be a handout of this presentation?
You can actually go and grab a copy. So we've got a what's it called? We've got a copy saved on your training portal, and you will be able to go and download this and have all of this. Let me get the boring bit out of the way first. Boring but necessary, which is our consumer duty. I am just literally going to read from the screen because it's important and I don't ad lib. So what is the consumer duty? In the UK, SumUp is regulated by the FCA, which is the Financial Conduct Agency. Because we sell a financial product, they require us to follow the consumer principle. So SumUp must act to deliver good customer outcomes as a result of what we do. Cross-cutting rules. SumUp must act in good faith, avoid foreseeable harm, and enable and support its merchants. The four main outcomes are products and services which meet needs, good value for money, customers understand our services, and customers are supported throughout. These rules exist to protect our merchants' reputation and the UK financial services industry. Can I add something to that, which is not on the slide? You're also selling yourselves. So a lot of this job is done by referrals. There is no better day than getting a phone call in the morning and somebody saying, I've got someone for you. Can you go and sign them up? Because you'll know that's a really, well, it could be £600, £700, £800 in commission. And all you've done is looked after somebody. So look after people, not just because it's consumer duty, but it's your reputation and your business reputation. The consequences of getting it wrong. It's not just SumUp who this affects. It affects your merchants and therefore your business too. So there's complaints and compensation. SumUp has to handle more complaints, which could result in lost business and impact your residuals. Reputational damage. Prospective merchants lose faith in SumUp's products and services and as a result don't sign with you. Regulator action. The FCA could take enforcement actions such as limiting our activity and even fines impacting your ability to sell. Getting your actions wrong is simply put bad business. Is everyone clear on that?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yep. What to do to get it right? Fortunately, though, getting it right is straightforward with the right attitude and a little attention from you. Put the merchant first. Your merchants are your business. Put them at the heart of your business and don't pressure them into buying our products and services. Communicate well. Provide clear, accurate, and timely information about the SumUp products you're recommending. Educate, don't exploit. Trust is precious, so use it responsibly. Sell SumUp by educating your merchant about benefits, charges, and fees, not hiding them. Nothing is gained by pressurizing a merchant other than losing your reputation. Anyone working in the industry that's on this group will be able to give you examples of customers they've come up and spoken to, and they've been ripped off by someone. Don't be that person that rips them off. It is so short-sighted. Cool. So let's talk SumUp. We're going to talk about the terminals. Out of interest, has anyone had theirs delivered to them yet? No. So this is all going to be done from the slides then. First question, and I'm going to start to get you working. What do you think merchants want from a card reader?
Convenience, ease.
Convenience, yeah. Mufti, what were you going to say?
Quick payment to their account.
Definitely.
Normally, when we use MasterCard, they refuse. They say because the payment comes to their account after 2-3 days, something like that.
MasterCard or Amex?
Whenever I use in any shop, sometimes they refuse. And when I ask the reason, they say MasterCard always delay the payment with 2 days to their account.
I would think that's more Amex than MasterCard.
Yeah, Amex.
Amex, yeah.
Amex. Sorry, American Express.
No, yeah, and it also charges them more, but it's true, yes. Dependent on the card machine that they're using. Dojo, for example, everything goes next day, and I think it's the same for SumUp. They're also not governed by those rules. But no, good shout. Definitely when they're going to get paid. Anything else?
Reliability.
Definitely.
I'll say durability.
Say that again, sorry.
Durability, the durable machine, like something that, you know, can last for a long time, not something that is flimsy and then you keep it somewhere it's spoiled already.
Definitely. But also, if it breaks, we look after them. That as well. But yeah, good shout. Thanks, Dean. Anything else?
Are we missing a big one?
Yes.
Low fees.
Can I change that slightly to fair as opposed to low? But yeah, fees obviously are going to play an important factor. It's funny that most of your conversations are going to be, how much is it? Until they start using it, and it's everything else becomes a lower portion. So if you can make them fair for what they receive, just get a deal in. You've got most of them. So let me go through what we think they want. And this is important to have in the back of your head, simply because this is what we have spoken to merchants about, and therefore it should be what they're looking for. Transaction speed. Nobody likes waiting in a queue, and it will impact their business as well. So you want a quick transaction. Speed of receiving the payout. That was said by Mufti. Reliability. More than one of you said reliability. One that wasn't mentioned was integration with POS. So that's the point of sale. That's the till systems. Easy to use. That was mentioned. Want it to look good. You do actually want it to look good. I always have an impression about a customer when I walk in and I see some card machine from 10 years ago. Really does give me probably a false impression of that store. I also think, great, I can sell them a card machine at a fair price. Please remember fair. When I talk about fair price, it's what's fair to them and it's what's fair to you. Because what you earn is dependent on the turnover of the store, the business, and what rates you put them on. So be fair to both and don't exploit. So let's get into the terminal. New for this year. So some key highlights about it. Competitive price. And again, it says low fees. It should be fair. Great battery life, up to 14 hours. You think about somebody who was in pop-up stores and they're in events. They need a long battery life. Solid drop-resistant hardware with Gorilla Glass. And when you get them, you really will feel as though this is a well put together piece of kit. One fantastic feature that I've really only seen on this product and nobody else's is you can take a photo of their menu. Here's the camera, and it will read the menu and it will load the menu onto here.
That's
and
cool.
I will be showing you examples of that. When you are talking to a cafe and you show them that in real time, they can't help but be impressed because it's stunning. Print receipts. It comes with 4G and Wi-Fi. Back in the day, not having 4G was a massive problem. Your Wi-Fi goes down, you can't take payments. That is a huge impact on the business. Extensive reporting right on the device. lot of these devices, all they'll show is what you've done this day, and probably over a period of time, what they don't have is what items you've sold, what your best sellers are, and things like that. The access to business insights for free can't be understated, because large companies that I've worked for pay a fortune for analysis. We give it for free. And tipping is really easy on the system. So tipping where somebody leaves a tip, it's so easy on this system. And that will be important in the hospitality trade. And also, we have an ecosystem like payment links and bookings. Just out of interest, who knows what a payment link is?
Customer wants to pay online, make a payment for an online product sale.
Kind of. It's not so much, it utilizes an online element, but the payment link is where you send that link enabling them to pay online, as opposed to going to a website.
Yeah.
So if you're going to pay remotely away from the business, what's the alternative to sending somebody a payment link?
Payments over the phone.
Payments over the phone. What do you think is riskier for the merchant and for SumUp? Payments over the phone or payments by link?
Over the phone payments.
Over the phone.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Can tell you've worked in the industry, Amari. The fraud associated to over the phone payments is the major fraud associated to this industry. Most of the companies dislike it and prefer not to have it, but unfortunately it's necessary in the UK to an extent to have that functionality. However, payment links are that much less risky, or safer, I should say. Do you know why they're safer?
Yeah, the customer's the one that's inserting the details, and there's also 3DS it goes through. So a lot of the times now, if you receive a payment link and you put your card details in, you'll be prompted to verify it via one-time passcode from your bank or via your mobile app. So that way, the merchant knows it's you, and then the card scheme knows it's you as well.
Perfect. Is everyone clear on everything Amari just said? A really good explanation.
Yeah.
Which is why we should encourage them to go down this route. I know it's difficult when it comes to a takeaway, but there are takeaways that use payment links because of, again, it's two examples and it's always the same MO. Two of the other acquirers, not SumUp. One had so both same MO, 10 o'clock on a Sunday night, between 10 and 12 at night. A hell of a lot of transactions going through, all fraudulent, paid out in the morning, wasn't captured. One lost 30 grand, one lost 150 grand. That's not the customer itself, that's the acquirer. So one of them stopped next day payments as a rule in their industry for over the phone payments. And the other one brought out some sophisticated AI to counter it. But that's the risk that's associated to it. But also, who really likes giving their card details over the phone? Usually to your local restaurant that you know, but you're still giving away details that I'm not particularly fond of. Cool, thank you. So let's see the terminal in action. I've got some little videos, way more extensive than this, but it's a good starting point. So you can check out utilizing items to take a payment. The video is running through. Okay, no worries, Martin. If you've got questions, you can write them in and I'll see them. Not a problem. Why is it a good idea for them to have items on the menu? Menu items on this device.
Ease of employees.
Ease, 100%. Yusuf, you've got your hand up.
I think it'll be better for cafes, instead of writing stuff down, they can just take the card machine.
Definitely. Yep, 100%. Ian?
It also makes it easy for them to track what each customer paid for when they're doing like their what's it called, auditing or whatever comes in.
Definitely.
So they can track for ease of accountability.
Definitely. All of those reasons are brilliant. Not only that, I mean, I had a phone call not so long ago asking me, can I find out the full card number so they can find out who was that paid a particular bill. Of course, we can't supply them that. We don't know it. But the reason was they charged them £1 instead of 10, and they wanted their £9 back. Those things happen. It's easy to make mistakes when putting it in. So if you can have a whole list of products, it just makes there's less, if not no mistakes. Unless, of course, you put the wrong product in, but all good reasons. Sending a payment link, nice and easy. So again, you're highlighting the products in this video. Then you go to charge it. And when you charge it, you can then send a payment link, which you can see the menu goes to payment link, and you can send the payment link, either copy it and stick it in a text message, share it. You can put it by SMS. You can put what you want in terms of how to deliver that to the customer. Customer then will then pick up that payment link, and then from that payment link, you will be able to see on the machine, which is what it's showing now, whether they've paid or not. And it's quick. So it's in real time. So you'll see it. So we can do a payment link from here. Here's the AI upload. I will give you a much better example later on rather than seeing on here. Yeah, exactly. It's a really good example, Martin. Your window cleaner wants it for his late payment players, 100%. You can see here that it's taking a photo of that menu. It's reading the text. Let it go through because that's in real time, and there it is. You can then go and adjust it, any of the products that you see on there, in terms of maybe it's got the wrong price or whatnot. And you can then also start uploading photos to it. But it's done in about 20 seconds. So again, super cool. You obviously haven't got this now, so I can't ask you to turn it on. That would be the example we do for you to take a photo of. I'll show you the video later. So who's it for? Where do you think you're going to sell this terminal to? Give me some businesses that you think are good. Don't think just about the fact it's got a menu. Where else do you think you're going to sell it?
Barber shops.
Yeah, definitely.
Retail stores.
Say that again, sorry.
Retail shops.
Retail shops, definitely.
Restaurant.
Takeaways.
Takeaways, yeah. What did you say?
Barbers.
Yeah. Callum?
Like when you go to a festival and they've got like loads of stalls up.
Yeah. All good ideas. Here's some. So there's some headlines in terms of the businesses we're looking for. So small, medium businesses, business selling a wide range of products or services, merchants who need to track performance on the go, busy environments with high foot traffic and fast turnover, businesses wanting a professional yet compact setup, and experience-driven businesses. I want to just highlight this one. So across the road, literally across the road from me, is a guy who owns a cafe. And he doesn't work in that cafe because he's got a full-time job. We have an app which allows him in real time to know what his coffee shop is selling. And if he sees it slow, he sends stuff home. And he can do that remotely. I'll come back. No, we don't currently, Martin, not Shopify. We do WooCommerce and PretaShop. But we'll keep our eye out for Shopify. Good question. So here's some of the things you will have mentioned. So retail and clothing stores. So somebody mentioned retail. Specialized food stores. Hospitality businesses are a definite. Beauty professionals. Bars. Vape shops, of which there's hundreds of them. Cafe and bistros. But that obviously doesn't limit it to just those. You've got MOT garages, anything within reason. In terms of what we can't sell to, I will give you a list. It's not that extensive. It really isn't. Mainly, we don't like selling to places that have high probability of risk or reputational damage. You can kind of work out what the reputational damage ones are. So pawn shops and gambling. So you've got two distinctive use cases. You can run your entire business just off this device. And in the future, not that far away, we can do that with multiple devices in sync against multiple devices in sync. So you would have multiple locations, all devices working in sync with each other. So for those that work for other card companies, what do they give in terms of reporting?
Usually get like an online dashboard to see sales.
Yeah. So, is MyPOS got that now? Or I know UTP's become MyPOS. So has MyPOS got that now?
No, I haven't sold it yet, to be honest.
It's quite often you will talk to a customer and ask them to see their card statement, and they've not had one. It's normal it's so normal. It blows my mind when I ask that question, what you're paying now, what's your turnover? Let me have a look at what the card machine, any information about the card machine, and they don't know. And it blows my mind that they've got nothing to give to the accountant and everything's so difficult. This is a world away from that. It really is. So just to emphasize what we're looking for, so clothing and retail is good. I've had some fantastic sales with butchers. You get the right butchers, their turnover can be enormous. Cafes and bars, as we've spoken about. Shoe store, tradespeople, beauticians. Good example was the window cleaner. Just got to make sure they've got the right turnover, Martin, but window cleaners are a good shout as well. And then you've got the SumUp terminal, which has got a super app on the card reader. So what that means, and we'll come on to it in more detail, but here I will just get my app. Here, I've got business accounts, and in fact, I'll show you it really, not from the app on the phone. This gives you an idea of everything they've got available. They've got business accounts, an online store, booking systems. They can go through your expensive, their invoicing, payment links. They can order a kiosk if they want. And within that, they've got this whole set of reporting items that they can create. And the thing is, given the example of, let's say, WorldPay, because somebody said they were working with WorldPay or had done in the past, they charge £10 a month for this. Dojo is starting to charge, pay. They've got two levels of complexity to their app. One you pay for it, one you don't. The only really comparable ones to this are Square and iZettle, and iZettle and Square are more expensive than SumUp. It is a fantastic tool, and a lot of this is available on the card machine. So when they say it is super app on a card reader and it prints receipts, it is miles ahead of most of the other products, miles ahead. Taya's quite comparable, to be honest, but still not quite as good. We've been going an hour. We are ahead of time, but that's fine. So we will stop and keep in line.
Sorry
Unless
to
you
take over.
yeah, please go on.
I just didn't want to lose what you just said. You said something is comparable, but not. But this is far ahead. What's that?
Some of the other card machines. So Taya's comparable. Sorry, Taya's comparable. Taya's good in terms of what they offer. It's a good card machine. It's not as good as this in terms of the dashboard and the other functionality that it has, but it's a decent product. Dojo's got a fair amount of stuff within the card machine, but now they are starting to add additional prices to it. But if you compare it to the likes of WorldPay, Evo, when I was mentioned, Global Payments, etc., nothing really comes close to how easy this is to use, on top of the features that it has and the information that it will provide in real time. It really is that good against the other products on the market.
Thank you very much. I was asking because if I get that kind of pushback, then I know how to go about that. That's why I was asking the question.
Well, the one thing to guarantee is you are going to be fresh and green going out there for the first time, and it will take a few months to get it into your head and assume that it's going to, and accept that challenge of building up your experience and how you use it. But the more you sell it in, the easier it becomes and the better you are at explaining it. There is a lot that it will do, but a lot of it's self-explanatory once you get going.
Yeah, thank you.
Yusuf?
You see, most of these other card readers and the companies are saying, like you said, most of them have like leaving fees.
Yeah.
And I see that being a big issue for this. Is there anything that like SumUp does to sort of help with that or compensate that, or?
Can I give you three ways you can deal with that? So first of all, I'll explain what the leaving fees are. This is a general rule for most of them, which is the price they pay for the terminal monthly. You know, we charge an upfront fee and that's it. We'll obviously go through the fees. A lot of the other companies, it's like a lease agreement or a rental fee. It is a rental fee. So let's say the example is £20 a month plus VAT. And you've got a year left on your contract. The break clause will be £20 times 12 months, plus an admin fee on top. Yeah, so my pod is lease as well. And so in that instance, they're probably going to charge. That will be, so it's the number of months, the price of the terminal times by the number of months left. So that might give you a fee of £240. Now, if you know you're not charging for the card machine, so the first thing you'll do is do a comparison to the fees they have and the price that it's going to cost to have SumUp and see what the difference is. That's your starting point. Because it might be what we have is a better proposition because they're being charged too much, in which case they may well just continue to have the card machine. They've got the backup and carry on using us. Second is, so you're working out the difference between the two. Then it's the features that they may well want, which will save them money and make their business more attractive, or make the business more money. So again, you can bring that into it. The final way is, if I knew it was going to cost £100 to get out of somebody's contract and it was going to make me £1,000 in upfront commission, I'd pay it. SumUp don't help because they make the upfront payment you get so rich. So I'll give you an example. We do talk about this in much more detail. If I remember correctly, it's 6 months profit upfront is what you get. So SumUp don't make anything from that deal for 6 months. So if you're going to make £1,000 and it's going to cost them £100 to get out the contract, pay it. Take the £900. Is that clear, Yusuf?
Yeah. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Okay, cool. It's a good question. Guys, it's 12:30. We're going to take a break for half an hour so you can actually have some lunch. And when we come back in, we're going to start talking in much more detail about that app. All right? On residual, do you mean, no, residuals are separate to that. Martin. That's the upfront commission I was talking about. So you get residuals on top of that. Cool. Guys, we'll come back on this call at 1 o'clock. I'll see you back shortly.
Yep. Do I just quit? Or
you can just put it, either quit and join, or you can just put it on mute. Mute it and turn the camera off. I'm muted as I was talking.